perhaps between Anish, Lanier, and Perugia. The players, what they're doing there is signing a certificate of provenance for the chess sets. The House of Staunton makes these really beautiful DGT-enabled triple-weighted chess sets. And you can own a piece of history if you would like to own the set that Wesley So played in round 7 against Fabiano. You can do that, and there you have it.
It's showtime, yeah.
Showtime.
And
bring it, Fabi.
Absolutely.
Something wrong with the clock.
With the white pieces. Okay, the arbiter steps in, presses the clock, and Fabiano opening
D2,
up
D4.
with D4. It's a big question for Wesley. Will he take it easy? Will he play solid chess?
Of course, he's going to play the most solid he can. I'm just a little bit taken aback. It was always very funny. I enjoyed the game of basketball a lot, and it was like the tall men in the center, they all want to be guards and dribble the ball up the court. And the guards all want to be big men in the center and block shots. Fabi, I've always associated with one E2, E4, full stop, end of. But what he's going to get instead could be a Queen's Gambit accepted, Peter. It could be a Nimzo Indian. I mean, D2, D4, hard to be a master.
The last time they
both.
played in the Blitz,
Yep.
Fabi opened up with D4.
Yeah, no, I mean, everybody has to be universal these days, Jovi.
The anti-Berlins. Wesley, interestingly, taking a bit of a pause here. I guess he also felt that D4 is perhaps less likely than E4, and he needs to kind of regather his thought. It's not going to be a complete shock, but I don't think I've ever seen Wesley take a long pause on move 1, and this is a bit interesting that he is now trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, I can imagine the scene, you know, he's in his hotel room, you know, 15 minutes before the game, and he's just looked at every single kind of Berlin that he could have expected, right? He gets to the board, and there's one D4 on the table. It's sort of like, okay, you have to completely do a rethink, and you have to ask yourself, well, what is it that Fabi has seen in my repertoire that Fabi's Nimzo Indian?
And Nimzo Indian on the board.
This is
enjoying
a bit of a resurgence, because at some point I felt that white players were not really all that eager to allow the Nimzo, and they would switch to the Queen's Gambit of ideas by starting with Knight of 3.
His own devices.
My tattered position, my wreck behind. Now this is again. I'm trying to think. we've all lost bad games. That goes without a saying. But I'm trying to think of So game where he's lost.
None come to mind.
Right?
And look at the precision.
He's
clearly
Queen
looking for
C7.
Queen
Fabi's
C7.
Queen C7.
And there you have it.
Look at the precision on that man.
Give me that exchange on B8, which I will happily capture with check. Welcome to take the rook. Nope, can't do that. Can't make that trade. It's terrible.
I tell you what move will come as a shock to Fabi.
What's that?
Rook H8 to F8. Castles!
Yeah. This position becomes very, like, maybe you lose it.
Fischer random, right?
Exactly, yeah. In a Fischer random game, you probably just lose to Rook H8 F8 castles here. Because suddenly you can't castle either side, and
Yeah, you get mated for
and
something
you
horrible.
just get mated in the center. But that's a different situation.
I'm sorry, I couldn't
Jeffy,
resist that.
yeah, right.
The king is halfway there.
Just failed to complete the move. Sorry, sorry, mate. Wow. No, this looks terrible. Queen C7. I have no suggestions.
Yeah.
We do have Ali Reza playing Bishop A5, and finally it seems to me that Jan is actually, he had built up a nice advantage.
About it.
Oh, and let's go.
Wesley,
to
quick
the
shake
game
of the head. He
because-
didn't see an answer to Queen C7.
And he resigned, and well, there we see Fabiano
19
Caruana winning in how many moves?
24, I think.
Oh, sorry, I got the
25
wrong
moves.
Sorry.
What a game there from Fabiano Caruana. What a disappointment from Wesley. It just went wrong from the opening. And one big mistake just set off a catalyst for more bad decisions.
Like you said, a little knowledge was a bad thing. This move B7, B6, mistimed. I mean, Wesley knew he needed to play B6 in some variation. Overlooked Queen F3. Queen F3 landed on the board and it was splat.
Absolutely, and yeah, with that, the rating race heats up, and the implications of this for both the circuit race and the rating race are something that we can discuss for a very long time, because I think both have become a lot closer.